Carlos, ultimately a disappointing end to our season here. What did you make of the day overall?
Very disappointing, no, because no for the fact that we didn't achieve the playoff, it's for the fact that we didn't take something else in one game. That for me we did enough things to can achieve a better result. I think that we start really well the game. After was difficult to manage some of the moments where they have the ball, but I think the team in the second half we play much better. We were creating more chances and we were stopping the opportunities of them. Unfortunately, just before 10 minutes after we scored, they draw the game. But after the draw, for me, we had big possibilities to balance the game again. And at the end, we concede one goal that we shouldn't never we have to concede. First of all, because Molumbi was blocking the finishing to the goal and the referee didn't stop. One foul that the player received before the free kick. And after the player, of course, scored the goal in one free kick that first we need to avoid. Second, the referee need to stop. And third, of course, we need to try to manage better because for me the team put a lot of effort to don't get anything today.
Is it a game on another afternoon, Carlos, that we perhaps could have won comfortably, perhaps?
I think that not comfortable because the game for me was a very challenging game and I knew that it would be like this. But was one game that we should have. We had enough. We put a lot of effort and we had good opportunities to unbalance, but we didn't do. That's why when you cannot win, of course, the worst the feeling that you can have is the feeling of the defeat, and it's something that more than the position on the table is the feeling that we hate to have.
What's the mood in the dressing room like after that one today?
Well, I think it's exactly the same. I think the players, of course, they play with a lot of desire to win the game because it was what we couldn't control. And when you don't win the game, you never are going to accept. I think the dressing room is the feeling, of course, is disappointed with the result and with the fact that we couldn't win one game. That for me, we did enough things to can get something else.
I know the season finished, less than an hour ago. Carlos, we're talking to you now, but how would you assess the season as a whole? From when you came in, we were bottom of the table and we've ended up taking the race for the playoffs to the last day. Is it a season that you look back on with pride or a missed opportunity? How do you see it?
After one defeat, it's difficult to give you an answer of this question. Everything you can be watching everything differently. No, you are watching the past. It's true that from we arrived here, we have achieved a good results. The result has been enough to move from the position of the table that the team was. The result has been enough to be until the last game competing for the playoff, but the result has not been enough to achieve the playoff. And I always want to put the club where I work in the highest position, especially a big club like West Bromwich.
Just finally, 2,000 Albion fans came down here today. I know you've spoken so highly of our support week after week, but what would your message be to them now going into the summer and for their support this season?
The only thing that for me I have to say to the fans, first of all, that we appreciate a lot what they have done. We couldn't give what they, for me, deserve and what we need to try to give to them. And I only can commit that I will start to work from tonight to achieve the next year what we didn't achieve that one.